Welcome to an all-new Nerds to Men. I am Brad Reed.
What up? I'm Cameo.
Yes, and we're back to Zooming for the time being. I don't know if it's because of the COVID or you're just lazy and you don't want to come over.
The COVID.
You're lazy and you don't want to come over. That's okay. That's okay, because I didn't feel like vacuuming the studio today, so we're good.
No worries. No worries.
Yeah. How's everything going in your world, Cameo?
So far, pretty good. Just hanging in there, trying to not get sick from the COVID. But yeah, I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. You know, it dawned on me a couple weeks ago when it was my birthday, because normally during our birthday, there's like Comic-Cons going on and stuff. And so we're always talking about which one we're going to go to or which one we can't go to because it was my birthday. And I was just like, oh, because I think they had like San Diego Comic-Con, but it was all online, right?
Yeah. It was San Diego Comic-Con at home.
Let me ask you a question, Cameo.
Yeah.
Who came up with that idea first?
You did.
Months ago, didn't I?
Yep.
Like when COVID was just happening, I was like, you know what? We should figure out a way to do like a Comic-Con just all online. We could host it, you know. And then I was like, I don't network enough to make that happen.
Yeah. And then it happened.
It did happen. So I'm sure that that's what you're going to see a whole lot more of. And hopefully not only that.
Yeah, that would kind of suck.
There are some movies and stuff. I noticed the new David Ayer movie. Am I saying David?
Yeah, David Ayer.
Suicide Squad, Training Day. The Tax Collector with Shia LaBeouf. That's the one that everybody was kind of not too happy with, I guess, because in this movie, he's, I think, raised in a Latino neighborhood. And so, like the character, and so Shia LaBeouf is kind of like talking as though that's, you know, where he came from or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I think me and you may have mentioned this before. I don't know because that's the character, and that's part of the character. So I'm not so sure that that's something to get too upset about, because I know, like, wherever I am, if I'm there long enough, I'll start talking like those people.
Yeah.
And mostly that's like rednecks. Like I'll get around them and sure enough, my bowels will get real soft, you know? So, I mean, if a white guy grows up in a Latino neighborhood and that's who he's around, I would think that he might sound like that. I used to know a guy who was from Lebanon, and when he was young, he said he had an English accent because the person who taught him English was, like from London or whatever. So what do you think about that? You think that they should have just had him speak, more of a traditionally white guy kind of accent? Do you think that's offensive? I mean, you're not Latino, so you can't say for sure, but
I don't want to touch on that. I don't know.
Yeah. But what if that was the case though? Like he grew up in this culture, so he's going to adapt it a little bit, right?
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is that you mentioned that because I was on TikTok the other day and I saw this white guy. He's from Lagos, Nigeria, or Lagos, Nigeria, however you say it. And he has a full African Nigerian accent. And it was kind of funny because it was like a duet. So on TikTok, if you don't know what TikTok is, some people, you can duet somebody. So it kind of looks like our screen right now, side by side.
Oh, cool.
And the mom was from Nigeria with that the other side was duetting with the white guy. And she was thoroughly impressed on his Nigerian accent. So yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, I mean, Maybe he did. Maybe he grew up around it. I mean, who knows?
Yeah, I haven't seen the movie, but I've read like the kind of like the description of it and stuff. So I can't. I feel like it's not up to me to tell people not to be offended by something if it really offends them. Because it's not. I accept your opinions and whatnot, but at the same time, that's just how I feel about it. I think that we tend to like jump to the conclusions sometimes and not consider all the facts. But at the same time, somebody might have considered all those facts and still feel like that's an offensive thing and they don't want to see that movie. But
yeah.
And I don't know how good it's going to be. It was only like $2.99 to rent, so
oh wow.
And usually when they're brand new, they're like 14 or something ridiculous.
Yeah. Speaking of coming to being released on like for streaming, did you hear about Bill and Ted?
Yes.
Face the Music. Yeah, that's coming out
end of this month.
On demand and in theaters. I don't know what theater is open, but yes, it is coming on demand as well.
I saw that the other day. I'm glad you brought that up because I had forgot. Yeah. But I'm excited about that one.
Yeah. So is Mulan too. And I'm thinking what Disney's going to do is possibly, if Mulan does pretty well, is going to release Black Widow on demand.
Ooh.
I honestly doubt that will happen, but I'm hoping that it does.
I am too, and I know people are kind of like, they're getting mad a little bit, like, like, that's not good for you to wish that. But again, I want to see these movies, and I don't necessarily, I mean, I want to go to the theaters bad.
Right.
But then again, I don't want to go until it's a little safer.
Right.
So I want those industries to thrive, and I hope they don't go under in the meantime. But I mean, I do want to see these movies.
Yeah.
So Bill and Ted, I'm excited. So I saw a thing the other day that said Morbius would have been out by now.
Mm-hmm.
That made me sad as well.
Yeah, because I think, wasn't that supposed to come out in July?
I thought so, like the end of July or early August.
Yeah.
So, hey, let's talk about a few other things that are kind of we're nerding out on before we get to our review of Umbrella Academy, which contains spoilers. So, if you need to turn it off when we get there, we'll make sure to announce that again. Mm-hmm. But that's what's coming up. But right now, I want to talk a little bit about the Marvel Avengers game. Is it only for PS4?
No, but it's going to be on all gaming platforms. Mm-hmm. But the funny thing is, a lot of Xbox people were upset because I'm not sure if next week is going to be different, but this weekend they only released the beta Marvel Avengers on PlayStation.
Do you have to pre-order the game, or can anybody get it?
I did. I don't know if you have to, but I did.
Oh, okay. And what did you think?
I don't think you do. Dude, I like it. I can't wait for it. I mean, there are some bugs that they need to fix, but I mean, it's coming out next month. They have time to fix it. But dude, it's fun. You get to play online with people. Somebody could be the Hulk, somebody could be Black Widow, somebody could be Captain America, Iron Man, whoever. But yeah,
Hawkeye.
Yes, that's the rumor that Hawkeye's supposed to be in it. Oh, also too, Spider-Man is supposed to be in it.
So Hawkeye's not in it on the beta yet. Is that what you're telling me?
Right. Mm-hmm. If you've seen the gameplay, they let you start with like the beginning of what happens. The helicarrier ends up blowing up. If you've seen that gameplay, you get to play that on the beta, and then you get to do their little war room where you can team up online and level up your guys and all that.
So, but it is like Spider-Man as far as like an open world kind of.
I don't think so. I don't think it'll be. There are levels that you play that didn't seem open world like.
Mm-hmm.
So it was very linear in that aspect. But yeah, I'm not 100% sure if it's going to be open world or not. But I don't think it will be though.
Oh, okay. Because I started playing Spider-Man again the other day because I got about 75% through it, and I haven't finished it like most all games that I have. But that game is just so much fun. So I think that they should be basing all superhero games on that one and Arkham.
Yeah. Because I mean, you know me, I'm a Marvel boy through and through.
We should make a song like that called Marvel Boy. He's a Marvel boy. No,
but I will say,
not.
no, I'm good. I'm good on that one. But I will be in that video though. So if somebody wants to make it, I'll be in it.
Yeah. All right.
No, but yeah, Spider-Man did bite off, or Marvel Spider-Man PS4 did bite off of Arkham with the mechanics for sure.
Yeah, but I loved it.
Yeah.
So as far as when that video game is fully released, do you know when that is? Is it November?
No, it's September.
Oh, okay.
And I can't remember if it's the first week or the second week of September.
See, so here's what I'm wondering. Like, with the PS5 right around the corner, I know that they're backwards compatible though, right?
Yep.
So if you get the game right now, then if you get the PS5, it's not going to be a waste.
Right.
Oh, okay. Well, I might have to get it.
Yeah, do it, man.
Yeah.
It's I will say it's a fun game for sure.
Now, the other one I'm looking forward to is that Miles Morales game.
Oh man, I cannot wait for that.
Yeah.
I cannot wait.
Yeah, it's going to be good. So I heard this in the news. Were you a big Ren and Stimpy fan back in the day?
Yes.
Me too.
Captain Toast was my dude.
Yeah. I've got the. Can you see?
Yep.
Ren and Stimpy here. Yeah, those are my faves. But
nice.
I saw that it's coming back. Comedy Central's rebooting it.
That's awesome.
So I'm kind of concerned, and here's my concerns.
Okay.
Because it's one of those things where I'm kind of nerding out on it. Like, man, is it going to be like the original Ren and Stimpy? Because do you remember when they brought Ren and Stimpy back not too long ago? They brought them back, and like one of them had a different voice, so it didn't sound quite the same. And I just, being on Comedy Central, I think it'll be just as naughty as the old one was.
Yeah.
Because that's what I liked about it. It wasn't like, and especially by like South Park standards, it was pretty tame.
Right.
But back in the day, it was a little bit naughty.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
So I want it to have the same flavor, I want it to have the same tone.
Mm-hmm.
But them saying it's a reboot. Plus the guy who created Ren and Stimpy, he's out because he got into some sexual misconduct troubles a few years back. And so,
wow.
Yeah. But another guy that worked.
No wonder why Ren and Stimpy was the way it was.
Yeah. Well, maybe too naughty. But I'm looking forward to it. But I want like the animation. I don't want it to be completely different. Remember the Ninja Turtles?
Yeah.
That just came out. The DuckTales that just came out.
Yeah. Real quick on the Ninja Turtles, the Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I saw how I don't know if it's the final season, but I did see like their final, or I'm going to say season finale, because I don't know if it's a series final. But dude, the animation, it's kind of childlike, but the fight scenes that they were doing, oh my God, dude, it was sick. Nice. But yeah. I'm mad that I slept on it because
you did sleep on it because you told me it wasn't very good.
It wasn't like I watched all the first season, and I think I just couldn't get past the goofiness of it all.
Yeah.
And it was only, I want to say like 12-minute episodes. 12 to 15-minute episodes, and I'm just like, like I kind of want more of the Turtles for me to be like, okay, cool, yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah. Didn't you post something not too long ago? I feel like it was kind of maybe while I was in the hospital or something, but that they're rebooting or relaunching the Ninja Turtles cartoon.
I can't remember. I don't think they are. I think that they're going to do something on Netflix. But I'm not sure if that was going to be an animated movie or a live action movie. Because
I remember somebody commented and said, how many times are they going to do it? And I'm like, as many as necessary.
Right. I know Seth Rogen is a part of a live action movie. So maybe is that what you're referring to?
Maybe. So maybe it was a live action movie for, yeah, it was. It was a movie.
Okay.
Is that for Netflix?
I don't think that's for Netflix. I think Netflix is doing something totally different, but I could be wrong. So don't quote me on it. But yeah, I know Seth Rogen and his I forgot his film company. But yeah, they are or he's going to be redoing the Ninja Turtles for sure.
You got the HBO Max.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen An American Pickle?
Yeah.
I watched about 3/4 of it. I thought it was funny. Not the usual Seth Rogen kind of funny.
No, it wasn't. He went a different route with this, and I thought it was going to be different.
Yeah,
and it was the exact opposite of what I was thinking. So,
right,
I didn't really care for it.
I didn't hate it at all. I thought it was interesting. I thought it was funny, and the thing that I thought was kind of cool about it too was, I heard him on an interview and he was talking about the fact that and I thought, man, that's probably true. Like, if he could meet his great grandpa or something like that, like how disappointed his great grandpa would be in him. Because you know, I do agree in a way, because we're softer than we used to be, right? Like my great grandpa probably was a hard, tough guy, you know, and like now I'm inside watching TV when he would be out in like some hot shed, you know, making something out of nothing.
Right.
So that was kind of the theme to this movie too, and that's why I kind of liked it. I thought it was an interesting movie. Wasn't the best.
Yeah.
I could see why it probably was a direct to HBO or whatever type movie, but but I liked it. It wasn't bad.
Right.
So another thing that is getting resurrected that I saw you posted the other day, and I'm excited. X-Men, the animated series.
Yes.
Yeah. Look at these. Yeah, show them off. Is that the same one right here?
No, it's a different one.
See, I didn't have a Wolverine or a Magneto until my good friend Cameo hooked me up with these.
No problem.
Yeah.
Here is your favorite, Remy LeBeau.
Ooh. Yep. I like that.
Dude, I got like almost all of the 90s X-Men.
That's pretty sweet.
I got Jubilee.
Jubilee is my least favorite, but it's still cool that you have it.
Yeah, let me get sorry, I'm knocking everything down over here.
For those of you who are listening to our podcast, you should jump over to Facebook or YouTube so you can see the video.
I got the Boy Scout Cyclops.
They're nice.
I got some more, but I will show this last one.
Oh, that's the one right there.
Professor X holding Baby Yoda.
That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome.
Don't mind if you can see the dust on this. Don't mind it. I need to dust my figures.
Yeah, I probably. I probably need to dust mine too. Why don't you come over and dust as you're dusting yours?
So bring mine over there and dust.
Yep.
But yeah, I have Nightcrawler 2, Colossus, Magneto, Danny Moon from the New Mutants, Mystique, Beast, Psylocke, Iceman, Colossus. Here, I'm gonna see if you can. That's my X-Men shelf.
That's nice. I like it.
Yep.
So, real quick, I did see that New Mutants, you know, that's still a movie that's going to come out, but that it references the Fox X-Men still, which makes sense because that movie was made like almost 2 years ago, or at least started.
Yeah, because it was supposed to be released last summer.
Yeah, and so I want to see it. I imagine it's going to be more like Legion.
Yeah, supposedly it's I heard it was going to be more of a horror film.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Legion.
However,
go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Legion could be a horror TV show.
Yeah, I would say that's like a psychological horror.
Yeah, exactly.
Because man, I still haven't finished season 2 yet.
Me either.
But I think, did you ever watch The League?
No.
Okay,
no. I've heard it's really funny.
Yeah, well, one of the guys from The League was on one of the episodes. I'm not for sure if he was on it the whole season, but yeah, he was on it, and one of the other guys were having like a rap battle. And I was just like, okay, I don't know if I can finish it. Like it was so bad. The rap battle was. The episode was okay. I was just like, man, I just don't know if I can do the rest of this.
Yeah. Well, Cameo, I think it's about that time.
About what time?
Spoiler time.
Spoiler time.
We need to get like a song like spoiler and jelly time, spoiler and jelly time. I'll get all jellied up.
Ooh.
But it is spoiler time, so hopefully everybody's watched season 2 of Umbrella Academy. It's been out for over a week now, though.
Yeah, it's about. I think this is like the second week.
Yeah, so
yeah.
If you
ain't watched all of it, then that's your own fault.
Yeah, turn off this podcast right now.
Yeah. Right now.
Meow. Because we're going to spoil it, because that's the only way we know how.
Yep.
All right, so let's just get into it. This season 2 kind of brings the family the family is all separated, but they were sent to the same time, right? And even the same city, right?
Same decade, but different.
Well, they were all sent back to 1960, though, weren't they?
No,
except for 5.
Well, one of them, I think some of them were sent like a year apart.
Oh, okay.
Some were sent on the same year. The others were sent from like a year or 2 apart.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't pick up on that, and I think you're wrong. But
go watch it again.
I did watch the season, most of the season twice. I didn't watch the last few episodes for the second time yet, but you could be right about that. I think that they all landed in 1960 and then didn't find each other till 1963. Now that is weird. What you're saying actually kind of makes more sense though. But it would be weird because, like, you know, how did they all land in Dallas and not find each other, you know?
Right.
So, but like, I know, like, Klaus, he ended up not staying wherever he landed. I thought they all landed in Dallas, but he ended up going to like all these places, which was pretty funny because it was really funny actually. So he finds an older lady who's rich and like leeches onto her and then becomes like kind of like a cult leader.
Yeah.
But that was so Klaus, right?
Yeah, right. But he also didn't want to be that either. Like it was just funny how it happened and he didn't really want it.
Yeah. Well, I think he did at first and then he like all the attention, like he could never be by himself and like they worshipped him and he knew he was a fraud. So it really kind of made him like, I think, uncomfortable. Plus he had, is it Brian?
I can't remember.
Let's see. I'll find out. But his brother, the one that is not alive,
I think it was like number 7 or something.
Yeah. Ben, right?
Ben. Yeah.
Ben, also known as the Horror.
Yeah.
So, which we'll come back to Ben a little later, but like the whole story with Ben and Klaus was a very awesome storyline, I thought, because You know, he's getting tired of Ben always being there and always questioning him, but he needs Ben.
Right. Because Ben is like his conscience.
Yeah,
just about
his moral compass.
Yeah.
For real. And so, but yeah, it's like none of them were like really all that anxious to find each other, it seemed like. And it could be just because of the way things ended in season 1. So, I felt like in season 2, most of the story revolves around 5 and also Vanya. I feel like because Vanya is at the beginning, she's lost her memory due to an accident, and she doesn't even know who she is and doesn't know who to look for.
Yeah.
And see, so you might be right in that way, because it didn't seem like she was in the 60s as long as everyone else, right?
I think so. I think she was one of the last ones to.
Yeah.
Well, no, I think 5 was the last one to do it.
5 was the 5 because he ended up in a couple different spots. Like he saw what was coming.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Which set up the whole season.
Yeah.
And then Luther, who was already there, and Diego was there, but he was in like an insane asylum. But did they say why he was in that asylum? Did they show us what led up to that, or did they just drop us into that?
I think it was because they found him outside of not John Wilkes Booth. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Lee Harvey Oswald. No,
Lee Harvey.
was it? Yeah, Lee Harvey Oswald. Out of his like I guess at his or whatever bunch of knives. That was why they got it, because like, hey, he's going to assassinate the president. You know, blah 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 blah. They just thought he was crazy. So.
And then you had Allison, and she had been there at least 3 years because she had already been married 2 years.
Yeah.
Which was weird. Like, I thought it was odd that if you were stuck there, I mean, I guess you would have to figure out like how you're going to live your life, because you have no idea, right, what's coming or when you're going back or whatever. But
yeah,
I don't know if getting married is the best idea.
Right.
And so I liked her storyline too, because we're back in the 60s in Dallas. Segregation is going on. And so her and her husband are fighting that, you know, and I like that storyline as well. But I felt like mostly it follows 5 throughout the season. And that kid though, they're going to have to figure it out because he's aging. He might be like totally looking like a 17 or 18-year-old by season 3.
Right.
But to me, he's the best actor of all of them, in my opinion, because he's a legitimate like 15, 16-year-old boy. His name is Aidan Gallagher. Yeah,
and I wonder if he's related to the Gallaghers on Shameless. No, but I didn't realize. I thought that was his, Umbrella Academy was his, debut, but he was in a Nickelodeon show called oh my goodness, Nikki, Ricky, and Dawn.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was one of the main characters on there.
Oh, wow.
So I thought that was kind of crazy.
Well, he's like I say, he's got to play like a 50-year-old stuck in a 15-year-old's body.
Right.
And I think because he has been acting for so long, he's probably been around a lot of adults, but he does play that whole old soul character really good.
Right.
His facial expressions, like all of it, like, he's so sarcastic and grumpy like an old guy.
Right.
And so where it led up to where we even see like an elderly 5, that was great.
Yeah, I like that too. I'm wondering if that's, setting us up for that, because they're not following. I haven't read the next 6 books in Umbrella Academy,
right?
Or the next 6 comic books, I should say. They're not really books, but so I'm on the volume 2 book right now. 6 comics in it. But I've heard that they're not following exactly what's going on in the comic books on the TV show. So I'm not sure if, if there's going to be more of the Netflix series, like if it's going to be, let's say it goes to season 4, season 5.
Yeah.
But the books are done. So I'm wondering if that's going to be they're setting him up to be older, because he plays that role well.
Yeah, he really
very
does.
well. So I'm wondering if they're just going to age him up.
I mean, but isn't that the thing? Like, is his body that he jumped in, does it age, or is he just stuck in a little kid's body? That's what I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
But
I gotta go read back. I gotta go read the first book again, because I think it does explain why he still looks so young.
Right. Okay. I need to read those books. I mean, I bet they're so good. But it isn't.
I like.
You're right. It isn't following the book. So if you weren't reading the books, or if you're like, well, maybe I need to read them before I watch this TV show, you don't really have to. There is something we'll get to in a little bit that is in the books, but not in the right timeline that we're in. And I'll mention that here in just a little bit. But like I say, here's what I kind of didn't like at the beginning. And again, spoilers. So the whole storyline basically is that they come back to the 60s. 5 sees that what they've done still causes another apocalypse, and they've got to stop the apocalypse. So, it's kind of a repeat of the first season, which I was like, but,
Yeah.
But, and then secondly, did you ever read a book called 11/22/63 or see the TV show with James Franco?
No.
It's a Stephen King book, one of his best. I loved it. And it's about, he's found like a portal to where he can go back to like 1958 or whatever.
Okay.
And so he wants to, he has to like live like 6 years before he can stop the assassination of John F. Kennedy. And it's pretty great book, really epic. But it reminded me a lot of that right off the bat. Time travel, trying to stop the Kennedy assassination, how pulling on those threads basically could unravel something later down the road. So I was kind of like, man, I don't know about that. Like, did they read that book too and think, oh, I love it, I want to make, who knows? But it still ended up being a really good story. And I thought season 2, as like halfway through, really even came together even more and was like really like the last run of the last few episodes. Could not stop watching it.
Yeah, I will say this. I think it was like the first 3 or 4 episodes. I was like, man, this has to start getting good. Like, I don't know if I can finish this. and I want to say it was either, like I said, I can't remember. I think it was at the end of the 3rd or 4th episode. I was like, okay, now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah.
We're getting somewhere.
Yeah. I was with you. It had a little bit of a slow start, I thought.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed it. Vanya's storyline, I thought was pretty good. There was a lot of intense drama there. I'm kind of curious as to, was the boy Harlan, did she pass her powers on? Did he already have those powers?
Yeah, he passed them on.
Right. That's what
she passed them on.
That's what it seems like. But did he already have those powers for her to pass it on?
Maybe, because let's say Harlan Hargreaves. I forgot the dad.
Oh, Reginald.
There we go. Reginald, he like, as you saw, he was an alien or of some sort. He was something. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, that was okay. Yeah, that was something that like happened so quick.
Yeah. So he's some type of alien, and
or
I was
lizard
watching
person or
something. Yeah.
Yes, you're right.
So whatever he is, I want to say That I think it happened in the first season because I don't remember it happening in this second season. But there was like a life force of his people that he had released out into the air, and that's how all the special powered kids came about.
Right. So maybe that is something that can be transferred.
Possibly, yeah. So who knows?
Klaus actually has the worst superhero powers, don't you think?
Yeah.
Like he's almost useless.
Yeah.
Other than I love him.
Yeah, he's very very goofy.
Yeah.
Very goofy.
Yeah. But he did I thought when Ben was able to possess him, that was pretty hilarious.
That was funny. Funny. I did like that part.
And like I say, like just as out of all of them, Klaus is my favorite just because.
Yeah.
And of course 5.
5. Yeah, I'd say 5 would be my favorite. I do like Rumor.
Oh,
but
yeah, she's great.
She's I don't know if they just haven't really like made her shine yet. But which they kind of really haven't because it's always been about Vanya or number 5.
And I think too because she's always kind of holding back.
That's also true. Yeah.
So I think that also might be why she hasn't got to like really embrace her powers. But I mean, I'd hang out with her. I'd love to go shopping and get all my suits for free.
Right.
And I like Diego, but I thought Diego didn't get a whole lot of playing time either. Like there was some cool stuff where he was fighting the dudes because there was like these 3 Swedish dudes chasing after them.
The Swedes.
Yeah, which they were kind of like in my book they were kind of a loose end because they were a threat, but then it didn't really go like I thought it was going to go, which was good in a way, but also in a way like, wow, that didn't turn into what I thought it was going to turn into.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this. But Diego had like a cool where they're like fighting and you see it outside the building and you see the fight going outside the windows. And I thought that was cool, but Diego deserved a little bit more, some more fight scenes, I thought.
Yeah. Thing with Netflix and action movies with hallways. Like is there something with
it's got to be done now since Daredevil did it. It's got to be done. Yeah, but it was cool. And then of course, like I said, I thought Luther's a very sympathetic character because he's got that gorilla body.
Yeah.
But and so who would be able to live with that and be like, oh yeah, that's cool, so
right.
But it's not like he's just a monster. He's got a heart on him, and so I like his character too. There was a lot of cool stuff that they did with Luther and the old 5 and the young 5.
Yeah.
So, but but let me ask you this, because you did mention the dad. That was kind of the other thing. They were trying to find the dad throughout the season, and he didn't want to like really be found.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool how they showed Pogo and his comeuppance,
his early years.
Yeah. And but is he an alien in the books?
Pogo?
No, the dad.
I can't remember. I have to go back over the first one again.
Yeah.
Because I haven't read the second one yet, but I don't think they say that he is, but I could be totally wrong.
Yeah. So I want to check that out. And then spoilers, we're getting to the end here. They end up doing what they need to do to get back home.
Right. Okay. Before we get to the end.
Okay, sure.
Oh, well actually, no, go ahead. Cause I think you lean into it. Go ahead.
So they get back to, it was 2018 or 2019?
Yeah. 2019. Yeah.
That's a good year to come back to. Cause if you'd have come back to 2020, I'd have been like, I'm going back to the 60s.
You know what? I bet you third season is them coming back to 2020.
Yeah.
and it's just going to be horrible.
Here's an apocalypse you can't do anything about.
Right.
But so they get back, and this is where they tricked me because I was so sad. I was like, oh man, even though Ben had a great storyline this season, I thought he wasn't going to be with us anymore.
Yeah. So
they get back to 2019. They're in their family home, and they're like, Dad, we're home, or whatever. And he's like, I knew y'all would come back someday. And then you see Ben, who's very much alive. He says, Dad, who are these a-holes?
Yeah.
So obviously they did something that messed up the timeline.
Well, yeah, everything. Klaus started a cult.
Yeah.
What's her name? Vanya started, I don't know, a lesbian relationship. Oh my goodness. Rumor.
Allison.
Allison, yeah, started a whole, started a rights movement, just about, not really, but I mean,
what kind of movement? You were cutting out there for a sec.
Civil rights movement.
Yeah. She did a lot, and that's right, because what's the company that follows them around, the commission or whatever?
Yeah, the commission. Yeah.
So they're the ones who are in charge of making sure that there aren't anomalies in the timelines and that things like that aren't done. But of course, the commission is a lot different by the end of season 2 than it was at the beginning of season 2.
Yeah, I want to get to that real quick. So, so we saw at the beginning of season 2, they come, or 5 comes back to where the apocalypse was about to happen.
Yeah. Right.
So, we see everybody's, superpowers being used and whatnot. Excuse me. You see Luther, number 1, jump over a tall building.
Yeah.
Lands and gets a bazooka, or not a bazooka. Yeah. A missile launcher. Sorry. A missile launcher shot at his back, and he, I don't know if he absorbed it or it just exploded on his back, and he was fine. So how did I can't remember her name. Basically that was the ringleader of all the craziness that was happening.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I can't remember her name to save my life.
I'll find it. Keep going.
But yeah, so whenever that happens, and they're all in the barnyard, they take out all of the commission, and the handler's her name.
Yeah, Kate Walsh, the handler.
Yeah. So the handler comes in. They're trying to get the other girl, Diego's love interest in the show. I can't remember her name, but Lila. Lila, yeah. And she just, kills them all.
Yeah.
With a machine gun.
Right.
So how do you do that? Are these special bullets?
Yeah. Why?
Luther shouldn't have died.
Right.
To be completely honest, Luther shouldn't have died. And then he could have, killed them, and then number 5 could have turned back time and all that, whatever. But yeah, who writes this stuff? Come on, I mean, it's 10 episodes, which it's 10 hours. If you're looking at it as at a movie perspective, you'd be like, okay, cool. Well, I only have 2 hours to do this, and let me fix that little gap. But you had 10 whole episodes to be like, first episode, he gets shot with a bazooka missile launcher, doesn't die.
Right.
But a little old Tommy gun at the end of the movie kills him. Now,
did it hit him in the head?
Oh, I think so. I think it did.
Maybe that's
maybe that's it. Okay.
Yeah.
If that is, I will go rewatch it, because I did like the second season.
Yeah.
So if that does happen, then you know what? I apologize.
It could have been. And then of course it happened very surprising. So no one was able to use their powers. Like we saw Diego, move the bullets away.
Which I didn't know that was his superpower.
Yeah, well, it says that he can curve the trajectory of anything he throws. But I guess he also has the power to keep it away, too. Maybe he didn't know he had that power till it was like...
He's like, let me just try it.
Yeah.
I'm going to die anyway. So.
Exactly. And that could be a thing. I don't know, but maybe they're also going to discover other things they can do. I did think Lila was cool because she was another... a new character, and her whole story is it was nice. She kind of comes in as Diego's lover, but we find out she's really there to protect Five, and like then we find out that she's able to mimic the powers of all the different people. So she's what it almost reminds me of X-Men.
Yeah.
Was it Apocalypse that could do that?
Huh? Yeah. Well, Rogue could do that too.
Oh, yeah.
She has to touch you first.
Right.
But
wasn't Apocalypse able to, or did he get Rogue's power and then that? How did that go down? I thought he was able to absorb people's powers too.
Yeah, but he actually has. I think he has to kill them in order to
take their powers.
Their powers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
But he has to do like some type of like body transfer. Not really kill them, but like body transfer. So
right. Well, I feel like Umbrella Academy definitely has like it had to be inspired by the X-Men to some degree.
That and Heroes.
Yeah. Heroes.
Yeah.
Well, so at the very, very end, like I said, we saw Ben.
Mm-hmm.
He's alive.
Yep.
And this is what I was going to tell you. This does happen in the books, but not in the right way that it's happening in the movie or the show.
Yeah.
But you see very, very vaguely, very mysteriously that there's another group that the dad has put together called the Sparrow Academy.
Yeah.
And so there's probably a bizarro, version of each one of the people.
Yeah.
But Ben is alive. And so that's going to be that's kind of like the cliffhanger we're left with of season 2.
Yeah.
And I think that sets up season 3 very nicely.
Mm-hmm. I can't wait to see if they're the actual, like if it's the actual people, like it's like Vanya, Luther, and all them. Or if these are like total new people that he actually realized the error. Reginald realized the error of his ways, and actually treated these kids. Sorry, it says my internet connection is unstable. Am I still good?
You're good. Yeah.
Okay. And actually treated these kids as children rather than young superheroes, trying to train them to be young superheroes. I don't
know. I think because, Ben was still like, instead of like, who are our guests? Who's like, Dad, who are these a-holes? So maybe not. Maybe they're not like the nice guy version, but that'd be an interesting concept there too. So, but probably if you've got an alien adopted father, you're not going to turn out all that great.
More than likely, yeah.
Who knows? But all right. So that brings us to our crying Kevin Smiths for season 2. I'm going to go ahead and give Umbrella Academy 3 crying Kevin Smiths, especially based on the second half of the season.
I was leaning towards 2, but I will definitely give it a 2.5.
2.5. All right.
Yeah.
So that I don't have to make 2 different graphics, I'm going to join you at 2.5.
Okay. That works.
Because 3 is like the perfect, like 3 out of 3. And I didn't think it was perfect, but 2.5. Yeah. 2.5 crying Kevin Smith. That's what we'll go with.
Yeah, because like I said, I probably would have given it a 3 if my, the first few episodes was, breathtaking for me.
Right.
Like the second half of the season.
Yes.
then yeah, that would have been a definite 3. But yeah, for sure, I'm gonna give that a 2.5 because at 2 I was like, that's just like in the middle.
Yeah,
and it was above the middle for me. So
right.
Yeah, 2.5 is good.
All right, I can live with that. So on our next podcast, we got a couple things going on that I'll tease for everybody. First of all, we're going to have a guest, okay. Mike, the comedian, MYKE, Mike, who's listened to our show for a long time.
Yeah.
And he does comedy around Oklahoma City, and he has his own podcast called Chillin' With. And me and you were guests on it a couple weeks ago. We've shared it to our Facebook page if you all want to check it out. Where we just, we were ourselves. We were nerdy.
We were chilling with Mike.
Yeah.
That's what we were doing.
Exactly. So we thought turnabout is fair play. So we're going to have him on our show next one. He wasn't a big fan of Umbrella Academy, so that's why he wasn't on this one. But he is a fan of the show we're going to talk about on the next show, which is Harley Quinn. Seasons 1 and season 2 are now on HBO Plus. You got to watch it if you haven't. I'll just tell you, it is hilarious. You're going to love it. Have you watched any of it yet?
Man, I'm still on season 1, episode 6 or 7.
Okay. Season 2 is so good.
Really?
Yeah, really good.
Okay.
So
I'll watch it. I guess.
You got to. You got to. But you'll find out how many crying Kevin Smiths I'll give it. And of course,
it's already going to be a 3. I already know.
It's pretty close. If it's like a 2.9 right now.
Oh, okay.
But I might give it a 3. I might have to. But yeah, so Mike will be here. You might be on Zoom or you might be in studio. Who knows?
Who knows?
But that's going to be on the next Nerdz II Men.
Yay.
So that's pretty cool. Like, we don't normally tease stuff because, like, we kind of go like week to week on what's going to happen, nerd news.
Right.
But we thought we'd break that one up and not hit you with too many TV show reviews.
Right.
So I guess that's a wrap, Cameo.
Well, alrighty then.
Yeah.
Well, keep it nerdy.
Yeah, as always, you got to keep it nerdy and put a smile on your face.
And also freeze all motor functions.
That means we're done.
Yes.
Yeah, this is the way. All right. You can wake up and say goodbye.
Oh, okay. All right. Peace out, guys.
Later.